Now, here's the thing I know you've been through, and so have I. That is, people who wished our legacy would die without them. For me, it was the religious kids who bullied me in high school. And sadly, they are now associated with my comfort characters at the college here in my town. 5 years ago, when I was just a vulnerable, clueless kid who didn't know how the world worked, I thought everyone was kind. I was a much nicer kid, and I was very gullible. I always wanted to seek validation, and not for the right reasons. I was never the popular kid, but everyone knew about me. I always tried to be when I hung out with the popular kids because I cared so much about fitting in. Those popular kids were the athletic ones, although I know they couldn't beat me in a one on one fight. And they were Christian kids. They'd constantly make me do embarrassing things on video, on Snapchat, and they'd save all of the material on their phone and be going around posting them everywhere behind my back. It was things like making me dance like a monkey, make me say inappropriate jokes, and leaking out information on whoever I had a crush on. I've obviously moved on from that now, given I'm no, given I was 16 and I'm 21 now. Looking back now, I just ask myself, why did I do it? At 16, I was the biggest dumbass ever. Everything prior to shifting and spirituality was when I was the biggest dumb fuck ever. I mean, the potential in me was still there, but I was damaged goods. They would all continue to do this to me throughout the rest of my junior year and senior year. It was honestly so toxic because even when I wouldn't do anything as bad, every single one of them would be on my ass and tell the entire town my business. But when someone else would do the same thing, it would fly over their head. Of course, I also had my fake friends who would constantly always tell me everyone at school thought I was a joke and how I have a reputation that's not very good. Well, that's because of you and your best friend at the time. These two guys at school thought they were the shit, when in reality, one of them was just a stereotypical white boy who thought he was all that. And honestly, he is someone who deserves the same fate as the dude in the shower scene in Terrifier 3. And if you guys haven't seen the movie, in the scene, of course, in one of the scenes in the shower scene was when Art the Clown chainsawed the stereotypical white guy. When he chainsawed him, he chainsawed his special areas. That's all I'll say. Because I don't want to violate YouTube community guidelines. But if Art the Clown went after this dude, he'd be a misunderstood anti hero within seconds. And the other one was a big fat jock that was balding as a teenager. When these people were out trying to take me down, what did the group of Christian kids do? People who are sworn by Christ to have all the backs of our brothers and sisters. They ate it all up and went along with it. They were no better than those two Beavis and Butthead clowns that I just mentioned. Whenever they would hang out or see each other in school, they would say malicious things about me, like calling me weird, a sped, even though I wasn't one, or said I was mentally challenged, even though I'm not, or called me a loser. They constantly said I have no one, and I'd be all alone and be nothing without them. When in reality, they should have just given me advice, telling me it wasn't worth trying to fit in. And if their way is so good, preach it to me then, and how I should seek glory through God, if it's truly good, if He's truly good. They could have helped me, but didn't. Since God created these people, He can suck it too. Despite them doing all this shit to me in the fake CR, Jesus still rewards them. That's just sick. After high school ended, a few years later, I was able to finally heal from the emotional wounds they caused me. I had reunited with my teacher from my past and everything, which meant I was able to finally find clarity and move on from all that depressing shit I talked about earlier. But fast forward to present day. Now they are going to the same college she teaches at, and now are in her life too. That doesn't sit well with me. People who spent years and years trying to ruin my livelihood and other people's livelihood who aren't as privileged. And when that didn't work, they took every single shot they could at us. Now they want to stand with us when it comes to preaching what's right. The only thing I can do now while attempting to shift to my desired realities is to expose them for the frauds that they truly are and flush their version of Christianity down the toilet. This is not their era anymore. This is my era, and this is your guys' era. These people definitely are not on the top of my priority list, but however, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I didn't want a full on face to face confrontation with them. In the meantime, I'll show them the truth and the real gospel and show them what that really is. And the true truth and gospel is reality shifting. If I ever do get the face to face confrontation, I'm gonna hurt their feelings so bad to where they're gonna tell the whole town and attempt to ruin my reputation. Except this time, it's not a decision they make at my expense, it's one I make for them.